She's fit, she's fit. What's up, y'all? I'm not Mr. Fit.
I'm Mr. Rick Fit. Today's episode is about the economy of effort, meaning that do less and achieve more. Today is a historical day, and the reason it is, I have two pieces of equipment that have stood the test of time. The Life Cycle 6500 and the cybex 700C. Both of these pieces of equipment are incredible. Today I have James first starting off with the Life Cycle 6500, one of my favorite bikes. I used to work for Ray Wilson, who is actually the person that actually sold the rights to Life Fitness to be able to manufacture and distribute this bike worldwide. All that being said, why do I say the economy of effort? Because new is not always better, and more is not always best. That being said, I have James starting off today writing the Life Cycle Heel Profile Program, which is a program that was done, a study was done by Harvard University to determine the efficiency of utilizing this particular graph here, which is referred to as a heel profile, and not only making your workouts more effective, but also making it more efficient. You have a warm-up phase, which typically lasts about 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes. A test phase, which takes you through a period of determining if you can maintain the RPM level. Then you have 4 intervals that you'll go through. Then you'll go through a cool down. Why is that significant? Because as I said in previous episodes, that the heart is the only muscle that's also an organ in the body, working on both the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. In addition to that, having skeletal fibers. So the heart is numero uno. So when we talk about the economy of effort, our heart works 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. So we want that to be as strong as it can, as long as it can. How do you feel, James?
I definitely feel it in the heart, that's for sure.
Awesome. Maintaining RPMs, no problem. Over 80. He's just coming up to his 3-minute point at level 7. This particular model here, if you can find one, goes from 1 through 12. What are we going to add there?
You can see how it increases. That's meant to be like going up the hill and then going down.
Exactly. It's giving you a digital graph readout to let you know what to anticipate, what's going to be coming ahead. The importance of that is that you're actually setting yourself up for success. And when you reach your different plateaus and hit your different goals, it's like reinforcement. Even though you haven't finished your ride, you're enjoying the journey. And the journey is making the body operate more efficiently. You can feel that when you give that opportunity to recover what you've accomplished. You can feel that torque and that drive level that I refer to. Energy being equivalent to mass times the constant square. The efficiency of that travels throughout the entire body because we're releasing different hormones. Epinephrine being the first. Warming up the body, sending those hormones throughout the entire bloodstream, which makes it even easier for the synovial fluid to open up into the joints. So even before we actually start our workout routine, which this is part of it, but we're starting it out much like a pilot is ready to lift off with his flight. Pressurizing the plane to be able to lift off and take off. It's just as I say that, James is taking off. So the level of intensity in his workout, we're preparing for that. Much like a race car driver in the Indianapolis 500. Those cars are warming up, revving up, ready to explode.
What's unique is that last time we started at that high point that I just did there, I wasn't able to get that last time. Now this time, because we built up to it slowly and slowly, I was able to prepare. I got it that time. So
Nice, awesome.
that's pretty neat to see.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He's got 1 minute here, and he's in his cool down phase. The beauty behind this, there's a measuring stick for you to be able to see how strong your heart's actually getting. At level 12, riding it for 12 minutes, I was squatting over 400 pounds. Now, people, I told you in episode 1, as you age, you can get better. Well, imagine me doing that at age 60. Guaranteed you're going to see it. I'm actually already anticipating 17 months from now. July 3rd of this year, of 2022, I turned 59, last of the 50s. So trust me when I tell you that it's on at this particular point. Because now, what I'm actually interested in is truly aging like this bike has. In a vintage style, aging like wine, getting better every year. Got 10 seconds, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, beautiful. Now we're going to slide right over here to the cybex 700C. Interesting thing between the two bikes, one of them is chain driven and the other is belt driven. That being said, I'd like to give a shout out to Mitch Arrington at WCS Equipment in Santa Ana. Mitch, really appreciate you orchestrating on bringing this to fruition, this particular bike that I've wanted over 20 years. So yesterday was a good day. I really enjoyed meeting you as well as spending time with you. So let's come in here at manual. Enter that. We'll start in with 6 minutes here as well.
What level?
Let's bring this in at level 7. Also, while James is getting started on this bike, I'd like to give a shout out to GT2 Fitness and Gerald the trainer for letting me use his facility today. Say hello to everybody, Gerald, out there in YouTube world. So what we're going to do here, we're going to get the heart rate. We're going to find out exactly where he's at.
Hopefully it's not that low.
No, you're not that low. We'll pick it up in just a moment here. So the economy of effort, you always want to actually look at from what you're putting out, what are you actually getting back? Just like a good investor. I always say health is wealth. Well, wealthy people pay attention to their investments. Just like good trainers pay attention to what they're actually receiving from their efforts. Okay, we got him at 140 right now. James is 20 years of age. Nice part about this, that's his 65% range. 170 would be his 85% range based upon his heart rate. Always calculate your target heart rate training zone based upon age. 220 minus the age, okay? Then 65% of that number, 220 minus the age, and 85% of that number. Now, if we wanted to increase his torque or his output, we would just start bringing those levels up. And you'll see that the heart rate's going to go up there as well. So depending upon what you're trying to do, for example, you've seen us do squats in the gym. You've seen us do leg press in the gym. Well, by doing those different exercises on days where you want to switch it up and potentially get more cardiovascular work in, or let's say you're trying to burn more fat for whatever reason, this is a good way how to go about doing that and maintaining your strength and size while you're training and getting the most out of your workout routine. Maintaining 85 RPMs. Lift those hands up, put them back down. Let me see where that heart rate is going to go. Keep going, keep torquing it, keep torquing it. And if you need to bring it down at any point, you can. But your RPMs you're maintaining, no problem.
Seems not want to display my heart rate.
Okay, it'll come up in a second. Lift off and put it back down. Keep going. Now put it back down. Okay, we're at 12. Let me see if it's going to switch up there.
Sorry?
No, keep going. We got your time. We can always do heart rate manually as well. And we're gonna bring you down. Okay, bring you down. Good job. Bring you down 70. Now you got plenty of time to recover. Let me get it manually right here. Okay. got you at 164. Let's see what the machine picks it up. See how accurate I am in comparison to the machine. There we go. Machine got you 157. Yep, 157. Okay. I got you at 44B, so we're even with 40 even 160. Yeah, you're right in that ballpark, right in that neighborhood. Good job. Just got 2 minutes there. I don't know if I mentioned that this particular bike here came out about 20 years ago. Actually, I said it's one of my favorites, belt driven. You can see it's very quiet. Cybex Corporation, probably one of the best corporations out there for creating efficient equipment that enables you not only to get a really good workout, but to get a very smooth workout as well. You can see this machine is actually very quiet. In addition to the Life Cycle 6500, I would love for them to reproduce both of these bikes. This gives you an awesome workout, and it's actually a chain driven. And as I said early on, that these bikes have stood the test of time. This bike came out in the early 80s. Both of these bikes are more years old than James actually is himself at 20 years of age. So that actually shows you how efficient these particular machines actually are in getting you the results that you're actually looking for. Now we're all the way back down. Exactly, which is perfect because you almost completed your ride at this particular point, at the 6-minute point, which is awesome. So you got about, 37 seconds, 35. And the beauty behind this, since we're in the COVID era, if people just were to do this alone, you would strengthen your immune system like crazy, okay? Respiratory system is going to get extremely stronger, which is one of the areas that the disease, once it comes directly after, COVID will run from you if you ride these bikes. That's a fact. Even at one point, I thought maybe I kind of felt kind of funny one day, probably about a year and a half ago. I rode this bike right here, 90 minutes, nonstop. Ain't heard from COVID since. COVID like, wait a minute, this guy's got some mental problems. Let me get the hell out of here, okay? Trust me, people, focus on health and everything else will take care of itself. Always wishing you well and health. Take care.